stuff to show you guys. Lots of projects moving along, and we've got a lot of wild projects. Like we do a lot of high gloss lacquer painting, things like that. We're doing a lot of stain grade stuff, and that's just sign of the times. Like everything kind of works in cycles. You know, paint's hot for a decade, then stain's going to get hot for a decade, and we're just seeing a lot of movement in the market, and we're just doing what we got to do to keep our customers happy. So I'll walk you through the shop, and we'll look at kind of some of the things we got going on here. So my name is Eric Wilk, and I own the Resplendent Crow here in St. Louis, Missouri. We are a small boutique furniture company. We do about 500 pieces a year. We make a lot of furniture. We make more furniture now than we sell vintage, which is really cool. But we're a small 7-figure business. We got about 10 employees, and it's a great business. Me and my wife work in this business. We have, like I said, 8 other employees who are basically like our family, and it's a good made-in-America business. I'm always preaching about making things in America and how we need to bring more businesses back to America. We need to make more people, or not make, we need to allow more people to start their own businesses because it'll be good for the economy, it'll be good for prices, it'll be good for a lot of things. It'll teach people a lot of skills that are really important and really valuable here in America about just making things. So anyway, let's show you guys what we got. We'll start here at the wood shop, and I'll just kind of run you through what we got going on here. So let me flip this camera around. And if you guys are in the chat, hit the like button, add a discussion. So over here, we got this is a figured mahogany pedestal, right? And you can see that it's been made out of plywood, and then it's been veneered. I spent about 20 years in aerospace, and we veneered everything. So you can't make this out of solid figured mahogany. It would you couldn't find enough of it, so we veneer it. Now, one of the things we got going on here is you can see we've got two layers to this, right? And of course, the veneer lines up. It's really important when you're asking a lot of money for your furniture or your whatever it is you're making, that your grains line up. You do everything you can to make sure make it look like it's one solid piece of wood, okay? So we got this piece of mahogany here, and this is kind of the trim that I think I'm gonna go with. I think it's kind of nice looking, but what you have to understand about this is that this trim will not be mahogany. This trim is gonna be gilded, right? So this will be gilded gold on the inside of this all the way around, okay? Now that's important because this is a 15-foot table, right, running all the way along here, 15 feet and 4 feet wide, okay? Now we have this beautiful crotch mahogany veneer that is gonna go on the top. We've got 2 sheets, they're gonna run back to back, and it's gonna be really nice when it's all done. This is about $5,000 worth of veneer, very expensive, but very nice. So you can see we have the 15-foot tabletop right here, okay? So this is 4 pieces of 3/4 inch plywood that has been epoxied together, right? And then we've added hardwood along the outside, and we're gonna add hardwood along here. We'll then veneer the top with our crotch mahogany, and then we're gonna line the outside of this with about 2 inches of African mahogany, which will go all the way around here. And then, of course, these pedestals will be what goes underneath. So big project, but it's slowly getting done, and it's gonna be beautiful when it's done. Like I said, crotch mahogany is such a beautiful veneer. I've always really liked it. It looks amazing when you clear coat it. So it's gonna be one of those pieces that I'll photograph and I'll do lots of video on, and I'll use it to sell tons of furniture in the future. It's just one of those marquee pieces that's just gonna be really cool. Okay, so turn back around here. So we've got, I'm always telling you guys about bread and butter furniture, okay? These are our Zane credenzas. I got 1, 2, 3. These are all 40 inches. Right, one of them, this one's 42 inches tall. These are 35 inches tall. Now, I sell about 50 to 75 of these a year, and in all sizes. So these are 40s. I sell 60, 70, 80, and 100-inch sizes. Okay, now we've just got cherry panel doors here, so I can get things to open. They're all magnets. I have to open up here. Here we go. So you can see it's just a basic cabinet, basic shelf in there. Soft close, hinges, just again, very basic, lots of good storage. But we'll high gloss lacquer these in our lacquer coating, and these will sell for about $3,000 a pop. So really good money. And it's that bread and butter furniture that I'm always telling you guys about. If you want to be a custom furniture maker, you want to work with really exotic, super high profile projects, you need to have a bread and butter line of furniture in order to give you the time to find those clients, right, and to work on those projects, because those projects are super expensive, very labor intensive, and you have to have some kind of money coming in to pay the bills, to pay the rent, to pay your employees, to pay the insurance, all these kind of things, to pay your mortgage, right? So, okay, let's move into, we're going to the sanding department here real quick, see what we got going on here. Here's something else for you guys. So, here's a couple of these drawers, okay? I sell these, and focus on the drawers, not the 12-door dresser. So these drawers go in a 10-foot modular credenza that I built. Okay, I built my wife the first one, and then I built a lady here locally the second one. This is solid brass along the front of this, right? So this isn't some just cheap knockoff material. This is solid brass. You can see it along here. And this stuff is contacted and bonded onto the front of these drawers. And these drawers pull out. But you can see how gorgeous they are, right? Highly reflective, beautiful finish. Anyway, the issue with these was that when I was putting these on, I didn't shave the edges down. So the edges were sticking over, you know, so they were kind of sharp. So we had to fix that. Make sure that the brass isn't creating a sharp edge. Anyway, now they're gorgeous, right? And these will go in this massive cabinet. And again, sorry about the light, guys, a little bit dark back here, but they're beautiful. And that's everything that we do here at the Resplendent Crow. We always do the most beautiful, high quality work. Nobody else is gonna do this, right? You're not gonna see solid brass on the front of your drawer fronts. It's just not something people are gonna do. And this is one of the things that our customers really like. It's what makes us unique. And I'm always telling you guys that if you wanna compete in the furniture space, you wanna get into making whatever kind of furniture it is, you have to do something that is unique. You have to do something that sets you apart, and you have to do something that a lot of people are going to want, right? You can't just do. I'm always picking on these people on YouTube. These guys that make this, you know, these stupid desks that nobody would buy, these stupid whiskey tables that nobody would buy. It's very difficult to make a living that way, you know. So find a niche that that you can cater to, that a lot of people will be interested in, and will pay a lot of money for your stuff. Okay. All right. More things we got going on here. Let's see. We got comments coming in here. So. Let's see, Buddy Bob Studio says, hello, buddy. Good to see you, dude. This is Insomnia Garage, the drawers. Well, yeah, there's 3 drawers on that particular cabinet. There's 2 drawers on the left-hand side. There's 1 drawer on the right-hand side, and they're just pullouts, basically. They're just tall pullouts, so you stick liquor bottles and stuff like that in there. The center is big 10-inch drawers, very thick drawers, and they also have brass details on the side of the drawer boxes. So very unique cabinet. Very expensive cabinet. I think that credenza is like $12,000 or $13,000. It's very expensive, okay? So we're back here in sanding. All right, so the guys who just started sanding, and again, let me here guys, I'll flip a light on here real quick. Bear with me while I run over here and hit some of the switches. We got a big old building, and there's freaking light switches and shit everywhere. Okay, flip back around here. You got some decent light. Okay, so this is where, of course, we do all of our sanding. Lots of sanding when it comes to painting furniture. So we got going here. So this is a custom 5-door credenza that a client wanted. And what I want to show you guys isn't necessarily the credenza. What I was looking for was the finish work. So what these guys do is they will take this stuff in its raw state, and they're going to sand it with 150, 240, and then 320. They sand it all the way up to 320. But what they do, which I can't show you guys right at the moment. Here we go. Never mind. Let's come over here. One of the things that we do is, it's kind of hard to see, but all of this has been grain filled, right? So we use a Mohawk grain filler, and we grain fill all of our wood, whether it's something that's like this, I don't know what this is, like some kind of an oak or could be an ash wood, right? We'll do that. We'll grain fill this birch wood, right? We grain fill everything, because it just makes the primer look a little better, and then ultimately makes the paint look better. So it's really important that you grain fill everything if you're gonna do high gloss lacquered. It's gonna save you a lot of time and give you a much better looking product. So that's what you wanna think about. Over here, we got this Henry replica desk. So I make a lot of replica furniture, and this is the top unit. This is 72 by 36, and then there's pedestal and pedestal. And these, I make a lot of these because very hard to find Henry furniture anymore. So if you guys want to know about a great furniture company, look up Henry Furniture. They're no longer in business. Made amazing furniture. I've used them to design all kinds of furniture over the years, and it's just a really special company. It's too bad they went out of business. So, all right, over here. So one of the things we're selling this holiday season is we're starting to make a bunch of these drink trays, okay? These drink trays are of a Greek key detail. They're about 2 inches tall, and this one I think is 31 by about 17. And these sell for about $700-800 a pop, and we can lacquer these in any color that you want. But they're beautiful, and they're going to go like hotcakes this summer, or excuse me, this winter. So one of the things about winter is people just look to buy stuff. They want to buy things. Sometimes they can't afford an $8,000 credenza, but they'll buy a drink tray, right? And then they'll come back and get a credenza, maybe next year. So that's kind of one of the reasons that we're doing that kind of stuff. Oh, here's a quick. So I showed you guys the mahogany pedestal. Here's what the pedestal looks like without any veneer on it. This is just mahogany plywood, but you can see we have you know, a joint here, a joint here. We got 2 layers of 3/4 inch plywood, and I can't open this up right now, but there's a big ass block of material on the center of this thing so that it could take a substantial load. And again, the bottom, the base is 3/4 inch plywood, 4 pieces glued together to give you a 3-inch height. And that's going to be the base for this massive 15-foot table. So kind of a cool project, a lot of work. And again, sorry guys, I don't have my Steadicam today. I need to buy another one. The one that I have is just, it's kind of junk, to be honest with you. Some of the other things I'm building. So this will, you guys will like this. I hit the like button, have the discussion. I've been sued before by furniture companies. I'll show you guys kind of what prompts this. So what I got going on here. So this is this trim right here. This is Dorothy Draper Espana trim. All right, now Dorothy Draper is an iconic furniture brand. Excuse me, Dorothy Draper is iconic designer, right? She was the person who basically popularized the interior design industry. And she put together a collection for the government of Spain called the Espana collection. I make a lot of this furniture because it's beautiful. I love it. My wife likes it. I think it's some of the most beautiful furniture in the world. Well, I started making so much of it that the company, I guess, that owns the license, or excuse me, the trademark for this, they bought it, right? They didn't actually make this furniture. They just bought it from somebody. This furniture was made 70 years ago. And these guys bought the trademark. Their name's Kindle. They're a great company. They're probably 125 years old. I love them. They make beautiful stuff. But fuck them, because they didn't like that I was making their furniture. They didn't like that I was making videos. They didn't like that I was crushing all of their views on the internet and making a better version of their furniture. And so they sent me a cease and desist letter and told me that I could no longer make this stuff. And anyway, point is, I can make it for myself. I can make it for friends and family and stuff like that. So right now, I'm getting ready to make a credenza that's never been made before, right? So I'm doing a new version of it. It's going to be, this is the top. Take it. This is the top for this 89-inch credenza. We're going to line up the front of these trims. And then we've got a whole bunch of, I'll show you guys the fronts over here. These are some of the fronts, right? This is an iconic, like I said, iconic pattern. And this is what Kindle trademarked, right? This is the trademark that they have is on this shape. So be very careful when you're making furniture, because apparently you can trademark and patent shapes, not necessarily furniture, but specific shapes. So anyway, very cool, very cool. It's got double waterfall detail here. I'd have custom router bits made for all this stuff. But I love making it. It's my favorite furniture, and they just cringe whenever I make this shit, but fuck them. I'm going to make it anyway. It's beautiful. I'll put it in my house and just show it off to everyone. So, okay, other things we got going on. This is faux bamboo trimmer, right? I make the only faux bamboo china cabinet that there is, I believe, probably in the world. Anyway, this is the trim. I had some of it fail on some cabinets, so I have to go back and remake some more of it. So you kind of see what it looks like, right? It's a poured composite material that has very nice faux bamboo details. So I'll have to go and razor blade off all this stuff. We'll sand up any imperfections, and then we'll prime it and paint it, and then put it on the doors. So it's a lot of work, but again, it's just a form of composite. It's my own cocktail, and yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. But those sell for about $9,000 a piece. So very cool piece of furniture, and I really enjoy making them. So, all right, more comments coming in. See George pull out. So you got sons of your son. Good to see you, man. Glad you're here. Wait, you can make custom router bits. Yeah, you can make custom router bits. You can get custom planer knives made. You can get custom anything made, to be honest with you. Ah, that Blue Moon's good. I need to get out of here. My wife says we're going to go get burgers and beers when I'm done. So as soon as I'm done with my talk, I'm going to go get shit-faced and have some great food, listen to some live music because it's Saturday. Okay, more stuff. Okay, so here, we're in this is our paint department, okay? So this is more of our credenzas, right? I'm always telling you guys, the credenzas, bread and butter, 50 to 75 of these things a year. The average sale price is $4,000 to $5,000 a piece, so do that math right, okay? So you're talking $300,000 to $400,000 a year in reoccurring revenue for an easy piece of furniture to make, so that I can then make all the goofy shit that I want to make. Now, here you can see all this stuff has been grain filled, just like I was showing before. Here's a good example as well. So this has been grain filled. This is cherry wood. It looks like someone put stain on it, but it's not. It's just tinted grain filler that we had laying around. So it's all nice and smooth, and it really helps it to lay primer down really well, and then ultimately lay paint down really well. You get that high gloss that high gloss finish that we're kind of known for, that mirrored look where you can just look at it and see your face, right? So, okay, over here, these are the pedestals for the Henrodon desk I was telling you guys about. So these are big, massive drawers, right? These cabinets are 35 inches deep, right? They have big slides that come out, and these are going to have big drawers for files, both of these, okay? Now, it's kind of goofy because you got your file storage up top, and then you have this drawer on the bottom. That's kind of how they did it back in the day. I don't know why, but that's what they did, okay? Now here, we have alignment pegs. These are just dowels, and what happens is that top will then set on here, and there's holes in the top, and this just helps it to align. The desk is not supposed to be glued together. It's not supposed to be screwed together. It's just supposed to set loose so that it can be moved in and out of apartments and big buildings, things like that. When you build desks, you never build them as one solid unit. They're always in multiple pieces. So you can see the fronts. These are going to have big campaign hardware that goes in here. You can see the recesses that we have to cut out into each one of these drawers in order to fit that big brass campaign hardware in there. Okay, so other cool things we got going on here. Lots of drawers, lots of things being primed and painted. Let's see what stage of paint we got here. So this looks like this is probably the second coat of paint. This looks really nice. I don't see any grain really. Everything looks pretty good from a reflective standpoint. Up here we've got the doors. These are nice looking doors. We got a really nice reflection going on in there. So these are probably ready to be put together. This goes on to a big china cabinet, I believe. So really nice looking stuff going on there. We come and do our, actually we'll go into our, let's see here. We got our painter, we got some stuff in here. Let's look over here real quick. So these are more of these trays I was telling you guys about, right? So you can see we put them on stands so that we can spray the bottom. We want the bottom of these trays to look really nice. And then we can, once they're nice and dry, we can flip them over, right? You see we got a lot of primer in there. And then we'll go ahead and we'll paint the top. And these things will sell for about $350 a pop. And again, you can get them in any resplendent crow finish, right? This would be a ruby, and this is going to be a Hermes color. Again, pretty nice reflection. And they should sell really well come the holiday season. So we'll go into our paint room here. And here, so we got beautiful chairs going on here. We're starting to sell a lot of chairs, guys. And again, sorry about the light. The details on these things are really beautiful. So we'll get custom fabrics for the tops here, right? We'll do really nice like Schumacher fabrics and put these seats back on here. And these things will sell for probably $1,500 a piece. So really good money for chairs if you kind of know what you're doing. But you got to spend the money on the really nice fabric. Chicks aren't going to pay big bucks for chairs if they got some bullshit fabric on there. So you got to put something super nice on there, do a little bit of research, and spend the money because you'll get it back. But you can see really nice details, beautiful looking piece. And again, chicks just love these chairs. So what do we got going on here? It looks like we got another 12. No, this is a 8 drawer. So for some reason, dressers are just selling like crazy these days. People are just loving the serpentine stuff. And again, really nice reflection, looks really nice. And again, kind of dark in here, guys, so apologize, but we'll head back out here. Come back, flip over here. See more comments coming here. Son says, do you upholster? We do a little bit of upholstery. I've got a couple of people that do upholstery work for me for the most part. I like to do upholstery. I'm not good at it. I upholstered my wife's headboard at the house. I will upholster a lot of chairs. But again, when we're as busy as we are right now, we generally farm that stuff out, and we just charge whatever 30% on top of whatever our upholsterer charges, and we just call it good. Okay, I'll move back over here to show you guys some more shiny stuff. We're moving to final assembly. I got all kinds of stuff going on here. That's one of the reasons I wanted to do what's in the shop, because it's got tons of shit to show you. All right, flip around here. So this is a 48-inch round foyer table. So this is super high gloss, basically shines like a Steinway piano. And I built every ounce of this thing. So I did all the brass work detail on the bottom, and built everything. And it's a beautiful piece. Now, there are some imperfections that we have to respray. So you can see right here, got an imperfection there. And if I work my way around the bottom here, hold on, bear with me. Here you go. Okay, see right here? So the paint pulled off, right here, paint pulled off here as well, okay? And then you can see where we've had some glue that was here, so we're gonna have to sand that as well. Now, what we'll do is we'll wrap the entire top with masking paper. We'll wrap the entire bottom, and we'll just spray this lower edge. And it'll be freaking beautiful when we're done. Then we'll send this thing off to wherever. But anyway, you can see the reflection is beautiful. You can see all the dust in here, right? Anyway, it just shines like a mirror. It's the best of the best. So it's what people pay for. I think that was an $8,000 table. So pretty good money for that. Didn't take a ton of time to build it, but did take a lot to polish it. That polish is a lot of work. So we got a beautiful leggy sideboard here. I can step on these carts without falling over. This is a massive sideboard. So this thing's probably 24 inches deep and 72 inches long. Really nice piece, very tall too. Sideboards are generally taller than buffets. This sideboard's probably 38 inches tall, really nice. And I can't wait to get that thing off of there. So, all right, we'll go to final assembly. Show you guys a bunch of stuff in here. Okay, running back this way. Okay, all kinds of shit going on in here. Okay, so this is some of our hardware. So you guys know that I import hardware from India. So we design and make all of our hardware, most of our hardware. And people really like it. It's a great way to make money. You see some of the faux bamboo poles we have coming in. What else do we have going on here? Let's see if we can open up a box here. What's this? So this is, it's sealed right now. These are going to be sunflower poles. So sorry, guys. I only got one hand. Oh, wait, there's a razor blade here. Let's try this. Give me just a second, guys. See if I can razor blade this with one hand. And I'll show you guys what we got going on. This is how the stuff comes in from India. Hold 1 second here. I think I can do this. Open this thing up here. Definitely difficult to do with one hand. Hold on. I got it. Here we go. Okay, so pop this thing out. I'll do it here. Thing's wrapped really well. So that's what it looks like when it comes in. So this is cast, right? The process for this is they actually use sand. They make sand castings of this shape, and then they pour the brass into it. The post is welded on, and that's how they do that stuff. Then you've got a threaded, oh God, what is that going to be? I forget. You got a threaded metric hole there, and it just screws on. But anyway, beautiful stuff. These are about $5 a pop to make, and I sell them for about $80 a piece. So the markup's very good, and the work quality is really good. The thing about buying hardware from India is you have to always be checking the quality. You can get quality that's beautiful for years, and then one day you'll get a pile of shit that comes in. So you got to be very careful. But anyway, very nice looking stuff, and that's one of the ways that we make money. That's one of those revenue streams I'm always talking about. I'm telling you guys about bread and butter. Great way to make money if you got furniture that people actually like to buy. It's not something that you like. It's something that customers really like. And you can sell 50 of those things a year. You got a home run piece of furniture, what I call a halo piece of furniture. All right, flip back around. So it looks like we got 12 drawer serpentine. I told you guys, these things are getting kind of hot. This color, I believe, is a color called Old Navy. And so we're getting ready to add hardware. Odds are we're going to take this this brass sunflower pole. We're probably going to put those on here. End up with something kind of like that. Put a whole bunch of those on there. So yeah, it'll look pretty nice when it's all said and done. But again, $80 a pop for those. You got 12 drawers. So I mean, just do the math. It was at $960 on top of probably a $3,000 dresser. So really good money on something like this. Fantastic margin. So over here, we got another sideboard. Beautiful sideboard. So this is vintage. Sorry guys about the light. I'm kind of in the darkness here. This is vintage hardware. This is what the original piece would have come with. And we don't do a ton of this. Most of our clients want to use our furniture, but this is pretty nice looking, right? Pretty cool looking stuff. And they did a great job. So this is, we got nice paper on the inside here. And again, clients love this stuff. This color, I believe, is called Salmonberry. And really sharp looking sideboard. So, all right, more things we got going on. Come over here. Here's more of these credenzas I'm always telling you guys about. This one is 100 inches. No, excuse me, 80. No, yeah, this is a 100 incher. So 100-inch credenza. These are about $10,000 a pop. And again, they use our hardware. We make all this stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this hardware comes with the piece. This is an upgraded hardware. But again, just basic cabinet. Lots of storage space. And customers just love this stuff. Magnet catches, very basic piece of furniture, but it's the finish, right? Any swinging dick with a table saw in a garage can make this cabinet, okay? This profile is a little bit more difficult to make. You'd have to use a planer and an angled jig to make it, but anybody can make this cabinet, right? And it's not the shape or the design that makes it unique. It's the finish. It's the choice of colors. It's the choice of hardware. These are the things that make these sell so much over the course of the year. As part of what I'm always telling you guys, you have to have an amazing product that is niche, that appeals to a lot of people. You can't do what the YouTubers do, which is make this retarded furniture that nobody would buy, or just appeals to men. Because the truth is that women make most of the decisions in the home, and that's why I sell furniture to chicks. I don't sell furniture to dudes. I've sold a handful of pieces to men in my life. Men do not buy furniture. Men spend a lot of money on cars. They'll spend a lot of money on watches. They'll spend a lot of money on, all kinds of things. Furniture is not one of them. Guys are more apt to make furniture than they are to buy furniture. Women will spend an infinite amount of money on furniture, okay? So other things we're putting together. So you can see we've got these dressers back here. Again, they're being put together right now. But again, you can see that when we let the overspray just go on the inside. This is not a big deal. It's completely standard to have overspray on the inside of your cabinets, so there's no need to mask off everything. So again, this helps to speed up the process, right? We got a lot of pieces that we have to turn over, and you can't be spending hours masking all the time. So flip back over this way. More, looks like the color Old Navy. It's just a curved, kind of, not demi-loop, more just a curved chest or bow front chest. Really nice looking piece. Okay, go in here. So we've got some, these are oak drawers that have been stained. They're kind of nice though. Here we got a couple of these chests. These are kind of cool. Remember, we picked these up pretty cheap. I think we picked these up for like $200 for the pair. And again, these probably sold for $3,000, $3,500, somewhere in that range. And again, we'll probably end up adding hardware and getting even more money on these things. So great markup on these. Great way to make money. It's kind of a tough drawer there. So other things we have going on. So we got this, flip around here. This is going to be a faux bamboo china cabinet. And I forget who makes this one. I don't think this is Thomasville. I forget. Anyway, really nice looking color. You can see this is kind of like an urbane bronze or an olive green color. And it's pretty nice. There you go. You can see Eric here and what I'm doing with my little camera. And anyway, really nice looking piece, nice looking finish on the side. And again, this is a B surface, right? So we don't consider the sides of our furniture to be the highest quality shine. But you can see the shine's really good. My camera's probably dirty as hell, which doesn't help. I always forget to clean my camera. But the face is going to be an A side. The side is going to be a B. But again, beautiful side. It's like a mirror. And this is what I'm talking about. This is what people want. And it's a cool product. So come over here to the other side. Got more desks over here. But again, really nice finish and excellent clarity. So we got some kind of an aqua teal desk here. Again, amazing detail on these. And I forget who makes these, but customers really like them. And you can see we got a crack here, right? So I have to go ahead and fix that to pull that thing off. Those things crack all the time. And anyway, not the best built piece of furniture in the world, if I'm being completely honest with you, but shows really nice, and customers really like this style. So we do sell quite a few of these. We got nice file storage in there. It looks like we got some old metal slides, a little bit loose in there. I'm going to fix that. So probably need to put new slides in there. Got a couple of these Henry chests. These things are sick. I love the hardware. Beautiful hardware, and we sell, anytime we get a pair of these in, we paint them and they sell them right away. Everyone loves them. They've got great height. You're looking at 30 inches, probably 36 wide, and 16 to 18 inches deep. Perfect for standard beds today. And here we're looking at these beautiful faux bamboo desks. This is a Thomasville. We know it's Thomasville because of the fretwork that's on the bottom there, but really nice looking stuff. And again, this is how I make my faux bamboo the same way these guys did, and this is the same type of faux bamboo that I use on all my furniture. So Thomasville uses the same faux bamboo as Henry Link, so it's all the same. So here we've got beautiful dresser back here, so I can pull this desk out a little bit. Again, beautiful color. Chicks just love this stuff. Again, it's our standard Lotus hardware. Beautiful stuff. Again, I was telling you guys about the hardware. Fantastic markup, great margin when you sell these things. The hardware in this case is probably $75 a pop. We got 9 of those on here. So yeah, we made really good money on this. Customers gonna love it, and we love making the money, and we provide a great service, and it's a win-win for everybody. The customers are always thrilled. So we have this. I've showed you guys this many times at this point. This is this beautiful crushed mahogany sideboard that I built for this customer in Washington. We finally got the hardware in, so hopefully get this damn thing out of here, because you can see it's just covered in dust, right? Because it's just been sitting here for, hell, it's probably sitting here for 2 months at this point. But gorgeous, right? I mean, beautiful. It's been lacquered in gloss, and it's going to show really well. I'm always really proud of this piece. I made every ounce of it. You can see the layering of detail. Absolute tons of layering. That's how I made this piece, is just to have shit tons of layering. I want a person to look at this and just go, wow, that must have taken a long time to build, because it did. Again, all of your grains line up. And I'm always telling you guys about quality. Grains line up along here. You can see all of the styrations in the figure there. It all lines up. And that's what I sell. We always sell the best. We only deliver a very high-end product. We show our customers what it is that we do. When people tell me, oh, Eric, you got to stop talking about your product. Stop talking about it so much. You're bragging, blah, 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 blah. Like, that's the thing, guys. That's the thing that people want to see. They want to know that Eric spent 80 hours building them a credenza that they paid $10,000 for. They want to know that Noé spent, 20 hours painting a table that they bought, right? If they paid $10,000 for a table, they want to see the people who are doing the work. And this is the thing about what's coming down the pipeline. If these tariffs and things like that come into place, where buying foreign shit gets more expensive, the more you can show your customer what they're paying for, why it's so expensive, the more customers you're going to grab and the more customers you're going to retain. Because the customer has to choose between buying my $5,000 credenza and buying some fucking piece of shit from IKEA that used to be $800, but now is $3,000. Trust me, they're going to buy my credenza because they know me. They know who I am. They like my product. They like my service. They like the content that we put out. They like my wife. They like my employees. They like my brand, right? And this is something that people have got to wrap their heads around as more and more of these tariffs come into play. I do a lot of conversations talking about tariffs, and people think I'm crazy, but as the cost of life gets more expensive, you're gonna have a choice between, you're gonna have a choice about where you buy your products, right? And at the end of the day, if they're all super expensive, you're not gonna buy some piece of shit off Amazon from company A, B, C, D, E in Vietnam or China. You're going to buy it from an American-made company that you know. And again, content's the game, guys. That's why we do all this content. I don't do it because I just love seeing my face. I do it because it's good for my brand. I do it because it's good for my business. It's good for my employees. It's good to show people why the Resplendent Crow is an authority, right? Well, why Eric Wilkin is one of the finest, best furniture makers in America. Why the Resplendent Crow business is the finest lacquer finish in the industry, the best customer service in the industry, the finest delivery experience in the industry. That's why we do this stuff. That's why we show everyone what it is that we do. It's so important that if given a choice, when everything is expensive, the best value that you can provide isn't always in the thing that you make, but it's who you are. It's the people that you work with, the people that work for you, like I said, the content you put out there, the message that you're sending out there, not just what it is that you make, So I hope people kind of understand that. I think it's more important now than ever. And again, if you're in the feed right now, hit the like button, add the discussion, let me know your thoughts. But this is our business. This is what we do. I try and do these what's in the shops as often as I can, because we make a lot of cool shit here, and I try and show people that you can do this. Anybody can do this. Like I said, I'm a dumb guy from Oregon. I never graduated high school. Figured this thing out. Took a long time, but anybody can do this stuff, and it's just really important to me that people understand that that anybody is capable of having a furniture company, an HVAC company, a plumbing company. Anybody can do this shit. It's not just for a select group of people. So okay, let's go with the comments real quick, and then I'll probably get out of here. So. Okay, Sun said, yeah, smart, yep. So that's what we do with the upholstery. We always, we do as much of it here as we can, provided I have the time. But for the most part, we're starting to outsource a lot. I got a guy, his name's James. He's fantastic. Or excuse me, Jesse. He's fantastic. He does a great job. And he's been doing a lot of our upholstery lately. I actually have a chair, son, that I built. And actually, I'll walk over here real quick. The last thing I'll show you guys, I've been wanting to build this chair for a long time. It's a replica of a Ralph Lauren chair, kind of a famous chair. But I started building the prototype for it. That way I get all the dimensioning and all the... let me flip this thing over here. You can see it's become a catch-all, right? So this chair, I built this thing out of MDF so I could just understand how to build it, because I've never built a chair before. And you can see I've used Craig screws for everything so they can all be disassembled. But I wanted to build this chair, and Jesse's got to make me basically these big leather cushions that go on this thing, and then we'll line this thing with brass. Paint it deep red, line the outside edge entirely with brass. And the brass I actually have, I think it's sitting back over here. So here you go. So the brass looks like this. So this brass, hold on guys, would set on here something kind of like that. So it'll be recessed on there so that it's flush, but polish that thing up. And anyway, it'd be pretty sick when it's done. But anyway, sorry guys. So yeah, that's what I got, guys. That's from the shop. We got a lot of things going on, a lot of cool projects coming up. I got some double curve vanities to build. I got a demi-lune chest that I got to build. I've got another 10-foot credenza that we have to make that's lined with faux bamboo, which we've never done before. We got that coming up. I've got another Henrodon desk that we got to build. I'm trying to think of some of the other projects, vanities. I mean, just you name it, we got to build it. Oh, I got a dresser and nightstand set that we have to build out of our Travers collection, which is something that's brand new. And like I got my old cabinet builder back, which is really nice. So he's making furniture for me, so that gives me more time to work on my projects at home. So if you follow Suchetta's feed on Instagram, we're redoing rooms in our houses. We're making lots of content about it, which helps sales, helps visibility on the Resplendent Chrome. Doing a ton of that shit right now. That's really helping with sales. So you're gonna see me doing a lot of stuff at home, making a lot of furniture for our house, and using that content to advertise for the Resplendent Chrome. So that's kind of what's going on. So anyway, I hope everyone has a fantastic weekend, and relax, have a good time, and we'll do this again probably on Monday. So have a good one.